Hi, my name is Gentry Pilant. I am a kindergarten teacher at Westside Elementary. I have been here for 4 years. 3 of those years were as a paraprofessional, and one of them was as a kindergarten teacher. I grew up in Claremore, and it was the family environment. There are a lot of people I know that work here, and they absolutely love it. They say it's like a family here, and it really does feel like one. There is not anyone here that will not help me if I need it, and if I reach out, someone's there. Oh, there are so many things I wish I would have known when I started teaching, but one of the biggest things I wish I would have known when I started teaching is how much I would get attached to my students. You really do become a family with them, and you get to be just a small part of their life, a small important part, and then they move on. It's so amazing to get to see them grow and become a different person and learn new things and see new things in your classroom, and then watching them move up and get excited for a new grade or even just new experiences, or if they're moving to a new town, whatever it is that's new for them. Watching them learn and move up, that is my most favorite part and what I wish I knew, because I don't know, there's something bittersweet about it. Coming from a para to a teacher can be really hard, where you're learning new boundaries, you're learning new roles. It's a really big transition. I had support in not only with all the things that I needed for my classroom, I had emotional support, I had just that friend support. Anything that I needed, my admin, they were right there for me. If I had any questions, and that first 2 weeks of school, I had people in here helping me anytime I needed it. If I had a question, they were right here. There's just always someone here. That is the one thing I feel like you're just never alone here. Our PLCs really make my world go around. We do so much collaborative work, and we have so much ability to bounce off of each other in those meetings that I know what my coworkers are doing. I can work with first grade and figure out what they're doing. It allows us to bring our building all the way down and boil those points down that we need to make our students the best that they can be and hit all the points that they need to hit. We're not teaching them things that they don't need to know or giving them just fluff. We're giving them those main points and the things that they need. Really, Great Expectations is amazing, and it is a foundation that I think anyone could use, even adults. It has changed me as a person, and it has made me remember to walk and model those things that I want my students to see. It's just a really great foundation to start and remember these little aspects of life that build up into making a whole and a whole being. As an adult, we forget that every little bit breaks down for them and that the little things count. But when we bring those 8 little life principles in, they seem little, but they're not, they're big. Those 8 life principles all put into one makes one great being. If someone were considering teaching here, I would want them to know that we are a family and that they have help whenever they need it. Not to forget that they are not an island. There is someone there for them whenever they need it, and to reach out. Don't make yourself an island. Ask for help, because someone wants to help. So my why is watching a kid come into my classroom, seeing the discovery on their face when they learn something new, or when you see a kid that has been struggling with something for a long time finally get that thing they've been struggling with. That's my why. That moment of triumph, that moment of discovery, that moment of excitement, that moment of new, that is it for me. I love watching the new through my students' eyes and seeing everything new for them and seeing it through them. It's so refreshing. They have such a positive and fresh outlook on life, and they just radiate so much good, and I just want to have a part in that. We had a student that really struggled in a previous year to maintain coming to school because they really struggled here. They didn't view school as a safe place for themselves. They got really overstressed when it came to work. They really just didn't like anything that they put out on paper. And one day that student we were about 3 months into school when we realized that student hadn't missed a day in my class, and we hadn't asked to go home. And they stopped and told me, "I work hard for you because I love you." And that was an aha moment where I felt I have done my job. They feel loved enough to come into my classroom, and they feel loved enough to do work for me, even though that is so hard for them, and that it makes them uncomfortable to do work sometimes, but they love me enough to try.